A 3-page cable exists. It is dated December 26, 1979. The National Security Advisor, Zbigniew Brzezinski, writes to President Carter. The message is stark: we must support the rebels. The initial budget for this operation was $695,000. This sum is modest. It is almost invisible in the CIA archives. But a single line on the 6th paragraph changes everything. Brzezinski does not speak of defending Afghanistan. He uses a different word, to bleed. Why does an official document employ the language of a hidden conflict, even before the Soviet invasion? This cable was declassified by the CIA in the 2000s. It carries the number CIA RDP 80-00809A0007002500003-9. It is available in the National Archives. But a second, thicker document poses another question. It is a budgetary report from 1986. The United States had already sent 2,300 Stinger air-to-ground missiles to Afghanistan. Each tube cost $50,000. The CIA officers who signed these delivery receipts are named Gus Avrakotos and his special cell. Representative Charlie Wilson, a Texan Democrat, negotiated these funds in Congress. Officially, the program is called Operation Cyclone. Yet the archives reveal an anomaly. In 1987, the budget reached $630 million annually. This amount surpassed all other secret programs combined. Congress voted for the war. But the documents prove it never saw the complete list of weapons. One line in Wilson's memoirs indicates the goal was to make every Soviet ruble pay. But who were the beneficiaries of this exchange? The delivery of weapons passed through Pakistan. President Zia-ul-Haq offered his intelligence services. CIA archives declassified in 2015 show that Pakistani instructors trained the fighters. However, a series of handwritten notes, never transcribed, reveal a disturbing detail. The ISI, the Pakistani Secret Service, directed deliveries to specific commanders, not others. American documents mention moderate groups. In reality, the weapons landed in the hands of factions the United States no longer controlled by 1987. CIA reports from 1988 indicate concern. Some Stingers disappeared into the Pakistani circuits. The book Charlie Wilson's War, published in 2003, cites a CIA officer: "We did not know exactly who was shooting at the end." The figures, however, are precise. In 1989, after the Soviet withdrawal, a final confidential cable recommended against stopping the aid. The following month, the Taliban still received ammunition. No report explains why the supply chain was never severed. And now, a contradiction emerges. Until now, one could believe that Operation Cyclone was a direct response to the Soviet invasion of December 1979. But Brzezinski's cable, signed on December 26, is dated before the official invasion. The Soviet troops enter Afghanistan on December 27. Brzezinski writes the day before. The archives show that funds were already allocated in July 1979. This means the decision to arm the rebels preceded the invasion. Officially, Operation Cyclone is a retaliation. The declassified documents state something else entirely: the aid began first. And one question remains. If America armed these groups before the USSR crossed the border, what event truly triggered this secret war? What if the inconsistencies found within the CIA files on the Artichoke program were not mere errors? What if they formed a coherent system? When you layer the documents declassified in 1996, 2010, and 2021, a pattern emerges. Identical pages are missing from the same locations. Identical names are censored according to a precise rhythm. Researcher Michael J. Martinez, from Stanford University, demonstrated this correlation. He proved the omissions followed a logical progression. Each declassification removed one layer. It never removed the final one. This implies a deliberate plan to prolong the secrecy. It is a timeline calibrated to control the narrative. If this hypothesis holds, then every public document is a carefully weighted piece. It is designed to create the illusion of transparency while concealing the center. British archives of the same tonnage reveal these same voids. They show the same missing dates. It is as if an unseen hand coordinated the silence between capitals. The question shifts. It is no longer about what they hide. It is about the schedule of the revelation. And why this specific moment? On March 12, 2026, an internal 1972 document was released by the CIA via a Freedom of Information Act request. It was codenamed ProjectEcho. It is a 4-page memorandum, typed on a machine, bearing the seal of the Deputy Director of Operations. The first page describes administrative procedure. But page 3, line 14, details a semantic brewillage operation, coupled with a systematic testimony recycling program. According to the text, agents were tasked with producing contradictory, incoherent, deliberately absurd reports. Their goal was to drown all authentic information in a sea of noise. The allocated budget for this operation was $12 million at the time. That amount equates to $85 million in 2026. The official objective stated was source protection. The language in the memorandum is far harsher. It states, make any future investigation impossible to conclude. This document was never cited by the Church Committee, nor by the Inspector General. It was found by a citizen scanning corrupted PDF files. It has no serial number. Pages 1 and 4 bear the stamp, secret. Pages 2 and 3 carry the warning, destroy after reading. The scheduled destruction date was 1982. The document still exists. Who authorized ProjectEcho? Which committee supervised its operations? And most critically, how many similar programs sleep in the uncatalogued, undigitized files? How many do no one ask about? In 2026, volunteer teams continue to scour the CIA archives. But time works against them. Files vanish during transfers. Warehouses burn. Witnesses fade. The true question is not what they hide. It is how many more years remain before the silence becomes absolute. The next file explores a parallel program, never recognized, that operated from a base in Patagonia. Perhaps it holds the key. Perhaps it does not. The only certainty is that the box must be opened.